Hello and welcome to Simply Truthful, the podcast series where we bring you the thoughts of notable scholars about everything current in the news circle. Please kindly click the subscribe button and the bell so you can be the first to know once we upload a new video. In today's episode, we'll be talking about how self-interest may cost the South Presidency in 2023, written by Azuka Onwuka. Extract from the Punch May 31st publication. On July 5, 2021, the governors of the 17 states of southern Nigeria, under the aegis of the Southern Governors Forum, met in Lagos State and demanded equity and fairness for southern Nigeria regarding the presidency in 2023. In their communique, they said, the forum reiterates its commitment to the politics of equity, fairness and unanimously agrees that the presidency of Nigeria be rotated between southern and northern Nigeria and resolved that the next president of Nigeria should emerge from the southern region. The logic behind that was that since the incumbent president of Nigeria, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, RETD, has enjoyed 2 tenures of 8 years, power should move to the south at the expiration of his tenure in 2023. It was an unimpeachable argument. They were applauded for having the courage to speak up on such a delicate issue that is usually mischievously misconstrued. But that was where their sense of justice and equity stopped. In 1999, when Nigeria returned to democracy for the 4th time, the mood of the nation was that the presidency should go to the southwest, whose son, Chief MKO Obiora, was maliciously denied his electoral victory in 1993 by the military. Consequently, Dr. Ogbonnaya Onu, who was elected the presidential candidate of the All People's Party, eventually stepped down so that the presidential candidate of the Alliance of Democracy, Chief Olufale, from the southwest, would replace him as the candidate of the AP, which had a more national spread than the AD. In the People's Democratic Party, even though former Vice President Dr. Alex Ekwim was the frontline candidate, the military high brass drafted Chief Olusegun Obasanjo from the southwest into the race. Obasanjo beat Ekwim to emerge the PDP candidate. The 1999 presidential race, therefore, had 2 southwest candidates as the only contestants. Obasanjo eventually emerged president and ruled for 8 years. Since then, in the spirit of justice and equity, the presidency has been rotated between the north and the south. Even though the illness and eventual death of Alhaji Umaru Yar'Adua attempted to temporarily derail it between 2009 and 2010, the rotational presidency eventually returned on course. Dr. Goodluck Jonathan from the South ruled for 5 years. By 2023, Yar'Adua and Buhari from the northwest will have ruled Nigeria for 11 years. As a result, any person with a sense of justice and equity would say that the presidency should naturally go to the south in 2023. And since the southwest and the south had had their chances, the next half of the argument should be that the presidency should go to the only zone in the south that has not had its turn, the southeast. While the 17 southern governors wanted the north to give them justice and fairness, they themselves did not want to give justice and fairness to their colleagues in the south. These 2 other zones in the south still wanted more when their neighbors have not had anything at all. To justify this, different political arguments began to rise from all angles. Power is not given, it is taken, you have to build bridges, this is not 1999. The circumstances are different, the presidency should go to the best candidate, what is important is who will get the job done. What has the presidency done for the zones that occupied it for many years? Some politicians and their supports from the 2 southern zones relied on their financial arsenal and political connections and sagacity to emerge as president, without remembering that the military had created more states, more local government areas, more legislative seats, etc., in the north than in the south, and that the north does not necessarily vote based on party affiliation. The first sign was displayed at the just concluded presidential primary of the PDP over the weekend. Governor Nyesom Wike of Rivers State in the south was very sure he would win the primary based on his financial war chest and clout. But minutes to the takeoff of voting, his longtime political ally, Alhaji Aminu Tembuwal of the northwest state of Sokoto, announced his withdrawal from the race and told his supporters to vote for Alhaji Atiku Abubakar from the northeast. Note that in 2019, Wike hosted the PDP primary in Port Harcourt and backed the presidential aspiration of Tembuwal. But in 2023, Tembuwal chose to step down for his fellow northerner rather than his southern political ally, Wike. That action helped to give Abubakar victory. Reacting to it, the Igbo socio-cultural group, Ohenis Ndigbo, said, "It's amusing that the PDP is now a political party for the northern region, with Dr. Iokia Ayu as PDP chair, Walid Jubril as BOT, Board of Trustees, Chair, and Atiku Abubakar as 2023 PDP presidential candidate, adding that another northerner, Senator David Mark, supervised the PDP primary. Members of the Southern and Middle Belt Leaders Forum have shouted themselves hoarse that power should go to the Southeast in 2023, but self-interest, greed, and quest for power have blocked the ears of those who should know better. Please rate, review, and subscribe to or follow the podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you for listening.